What's up, guys? Ivan here with getivan.com, and in this video we're going to be doing some testing on three AI article writing tools that I bought in the last month from Appsumo. So the first one is called Rytr, so Rytr, and that's a pretty popular one. I think if you do searches on AI article writing tools, this is like the number one tool that comes up. It's like $30 a month for unlimited, and the AppSumo deal gives you 50,000 credits for free, lifetime credits each month. So it's really kind of just a trial, to be frank, because if you really started ramping up in your usage, you'd just get the subscription anyway. So that's really the only purpose of this thing. It doesn't really offer a great, I mean, it is a lifetime, for a finite quantity, but that's like 51,000 word articles a month. And I've done a little bit of testing, but not enough to, sorry, I keep messing with my camera here. A little bit of testing, but not enough, to just kind of give you a quick summary. So some of the stuff is going to be live, and in briefly, I have a couple years experience with AI article writing tools. I used text. What is it called? I used one of the older ones a couple of years ago, and it was mixed results. It wasn't based on the open AI technology. Okay, so for those who aren't aware, in the last year, there's been an explosion of AI article writing tools based on open source technology called OpenAI, supposedly. And so there's like a few dozen of these tools now, and they're all based on the same technology. And essentially, I know that some services have built other things into their platform and have different features, but they're all essentially based on similar, core technology. Um, so it's on another level now. I started off with or is it Jarvis or Jensen? I'm getting confused. I think it's Jarvis. Yeah, Jarvis.ai. And it was okay. I had to make corrections a lot of the times. The price did not scale. And because I ran into somebody who said that they were doing affiliate sites and just making money with Jarvis, and just totally AI Jarvis content. So I looked at a variety of tools, subscriptions, and then I determined that there's similar enough tools with lifetime deals on AppSumo, and so I bought three of them, and now I'm testing them. So that's where we are. So the Rytr tool, it has a tone section, which is a bit unique. I haven't tested the tone, so that might be something to do. It's got multiple languages. Here's sections for use case. And this is something I noticed with some of the other tools is there's not a use case that's just article, which is just, I think that's really annoying. Like there needs to be a use case that is just an article or a blog post. And in this is the closest thing blog section writing. So in a really basic example, I said, why is the ocean blue? And you can also put keywords to include in the content, which is really, really great. I think that's a great idea. And then you can have it write multiple variants at a certain creativity level. And the creativity level really reminds me of the old spinning tools, where you could say, I want you to use a bunch of permutations of terms or not so many so that it's more precise to the meaning. So that's a little bit strange to me, because if it's AI and they're writing the articles, then the structuring and the content itself should increase the permutations so significantly that it really shouldn't be word level in terms of like synonyms. See what I'm saying? Like the variability of what am I saying? The variability of being able to structure a sentence should be enough that it shouldn't be necessarily about using synonyms. So that's a little bit concerning, because it almost makes it sound like a glorified spinning utility, which is okay, but it would kind of indicate that there's not as much uh, flex in writing a particular thing as you might suspect. So anyways, let's write this. And there's 3 variants. Ever since we were children, people have been asking the question, why is the sky blue, or why is the ocean blue? That's a good one there. Ocean is blue because of the way it absorbs and reflects light. Okay, so this one repeated itself. That's not good. The ocean is blue because water molecules scatter the light. Water molecules are made up of hydrogen and oxygen atoms, which are blue and red respectively. When these 2 colors mix together, they form the color blue. When blue and red mix together respectively, isn't that the color purple? Okay, so that's a little, yeah. Oh, there's nice command sections here. That's interesting. Rephrase, improve. That's cool. That's a cool feature. Shorten, expand, append. Okay, so let me delete these. Let me try. Well, see, the issue over here is that you can't have it write more, because once you have it write more on a section, it just does the same thing. It reproduces the same command that you gave it in the beginning. So before, though, I did not see this right-clicking feature, or whatever, this highlight feature. So let me grab this and try to say more. Well, can I try to say? Well, okay. So here's a glitch. I can't right-click. Is there a button up here I can click? No. Let me try. No, not enough content. Ah. That's really annoying. Let me just try this. Oh, too much content. Okay. Let's try doing this and do expand. Oh, that's just increasing the length. Let's try it though. Let's try this and do, what does this do? Send custom text generation requests to AI. Let's try improve. Okay. So that still doesn't get me more content. So that's something that I notice is an issue with this utility. It'll give you a chunk, and on average, it's about this much, 75. And so basically, you just have to keep going. Okay, why is the ocean blue? And then you have to come over here and do multiple sections. So, for me to get 1,000-word article, I have to do like 15 different section topics. So I have to like type in a question, tap the button, type in a question, tap the button. So that's not so bad, because actually when I do SEO articles, I find it's good practice to find key phrases and NLPs, and people also ask, and then to actually you basically create the outline and then just fill in a few sentences per H tag. So lay out the H tags beforehand. And so, excuse me, since that's the case, it would make sense for these tools to have the areas where they do the outline, or at the same time do the outline, and at the same time populate the content per outline. That's really how it should be. Or give me the ability to add multiple section topics so that it can populate it all at once. So, and as you can see, just from this amount, it's already processed 3.8K credits. So the deal on Appsumo is really poor. It's just a trial, basically. But maybe with the pro version, maybe it could allow you to create better features. Like better formulas, because that's kind of what Jarvis did. It allowed you could create your own custom formula to do. Let's see, does it allow you to do that? Yeah, it allows you to do that here, so that the program could come up with the outline, or you could indicate the outlines beforehand, and then they would populate. So this tool could be viable at the pro level, but given the fact that I think that's $30 a month is not bad if it really works super well. So that's not really bad, but I think there's going to be a lifetime plan that's going to be better. So we'll just move on here and take a look elsewhere, because that also showed regular issues, which means that someone would have to go in there and do edits or revisions, or populate multiple variations and then go in there and delete the ones, and that's kind of tedious. So this is okay, but I don't really feel like it's exactly what I was looking for. So probably be refunding that one. So here's Thunder content. Now Thunder content is a lot simpler. I like the UI. What I thought was really cool about this was the fact that, let's go to the home page. It has like this collaboration feature. So if you go to workspace, you can create multiple workspaces, and then you have a set of users. I think that's shared across the whole account, and you can invite users to specific workspaces. So that's obviously good for certain workers working in certain projects, right? And then it's also great because it occurred to me that you could use this for clients. Like you can invite users to specific workspaces for the client projects. And that could be a huge benefit because it's unlimited content, and then you get a ton of users. So even if this is not the greatest thing, some of the collaborative features are good enough that it could make you some money, you know. So that's a really neat thing. They have upsell features, which I thought was really kind of cheap. Like they hold back certain features, and then they have audio that they don't give you the AI audio features, which I thought was really crummy because I thought it was completely unlimited, and that's kind of a bummer. But anyways, when you click on write an article, this is what comes up. So it's a lot simpler than the other tools. Titles, introduction, outlines, paragraphs. That's what you want. Let's generate those paragraphs, right? So you can see you can throw a topic in, and it'll generate a chunk, and then you can throw the chunk over. And a lot like the other tools, you can put content here and then have it generate content from the end of the sentence. And sometimes it does a really good job. Other times it does a bad job. So something I've noticed is you have to do major topics. Like you can't do anything too obscure, or it just doesn't do very well. But there's a section under here for manage AI also, and you can see it's got that creativity level, kind of like Rytr, and then it's got AI length generation. So low is 1 to 2 sentences, high is 2 to 3 sentences. So that's better, but I feel like it needs to be longer. It needs to be more content. I'm not really a fan of that. Can't generate audio, which is a pain unless you subscribe, and I'm not going to do that. Paragraphs, outlines, introduction. Let's see. I haven't tested the outlines, but let me just show you let's just look at the question. Why is the sky blue? Generate a paragraph. And I've noticed that this section works a lot better than this section over here in terms of extending content. The sky is blue because of the size of the molecules in the air. When the sun's light hits the molecules, it bounces off of them, and the blue color is reflected back to our eyes. Not sure if that's true, if the size of the molecules. Let's do it again, though. The sky is blue because of the Rayleigh scattering. The Rayleigh scattering is the process by which light particles scatter the atmosphere. Shorter wavelengths scatter more easily than larger ones. Blue color is scattered more than the other colors because it is shorter than the other colors. Okay, that's a good one. So then if I was to click generate content, you can see how this works. And you see the first sentence does not do very well. Which I've noticed. In some cases I'll notice to add an extra period, so that's kind of annoying. Sky appears blue because there is more air than water or land. So the sky is exposed to more direct sunlight. The blue is scattered the most. The sky appears blue because there is more air than water or land, so the sky is exposed to more sunlight. The blue. Okay, so you see it's kind of repeating itself. So this I found that this does not work very well. Like, and this is not really that many words. That's 50 words. So that's not really as good. Let's take a look at the outlines just out of curiosity. Let's see. Subject from the subject, the title, and the introduction. Your AI assistant will guess plans to write your article. So let's try generate outlines, growth hacking, vertical farm. Um, let's see. Why is the sky blue? I don't know what this is going to do, but we'll find out. What does this do? Extract the title from your article. Okay, let's try this. Now, on this here, I've noticed that if you try to click this, like right after you generate content, it'll give you a 10-second warning. So there is a delay. They don't let you just generate content really quickly. So I think that's kind of crummy. Why is the sky blue? Background information, history of the question, scientific explanation, conclusion. Create a blog post with the above outline. Create a blog post on an explanation for why is the sky blue. That's not really useful. Let's go back. Introduction, no. Titles. That's interesting. Generate 3 titles. Let's try this. Why is the sky blue? It's already a good enough title, but sky is blue because of this. The sky is blue because of that. No, I kind of tried to do the same thing. Clearly not a title generator, so that's crummy. Let's go back to generate paragraphs. So this would be a thing kind of like Rytr, where you would just need to keep rolling in H tag, questions basically. So that's okay. I've noticed that this section, like I said before, this section does a lot better than this section. So I guess if you want to do that 10 or 20 times and just get a whole bunch of queries in there, then this could be okay. And this is unlimited. To my knowledge, it's unlimited words. So this is a better deal. I don't remember how much this one cost. Let me see. This is WordHero. This is a different one I'll be doing after this one, but actually Thundercontent may not be available now. Let's see. Thundercontent. Yeah, it's still available. It's got poor ratings for some reason. Could be, see why. Oh, it's not unlimited users. It's like 1,000, I guess. Misleading advertising. Yeah, let's see. Because I kind of thought it was unlimited everything. Unlimited words. He must have changed it. Unlimited contributors. Well, it's like 1,000. I thought there was going to be AI audio also, but what was the price? That's what I really wanted to look at. 140. So that's not that bad for given the features for adding people. That's what really kind of gets my attention because like I said, like we were talking about, you could add clients into that and make money per month. Once that rolls off the market, you could charge you less than the subscription, and it's good money. So there's something to that. I think it's more work than it needs to be, but I might keep it. So let's move on. Look at WordHero. So this one is here. This one's $90, but then it has an upsell. I might buy the upsell right now, and the upsell is pretty sweet. unlimited editor add-on for $40. And this thing allows you to generate like 1,000-word article, I guess, in a click. I haven't watched the full video here, but that's kind of the impression that I was getting. It allows you to do a lot more quickly. But what bothered me about this utility from the surface is that there's no blog post option. It drives me crazy. Like, why is there no article writing option? So that's a little bit weird. Kind of like Rytr, there's no just regular article writing option. You know, like you have blog conclusions, blog headlines, blog intros. Generate a paragraph of content using this thing, outlines. And this one was better than the other one we were looking at a second ago, topics. But there's no content, descriptions, titles. There's no like core content writing feature, which I just think is really strange. Conclusion headline. Let me show you the blog outline thing. I thought this one was cool. Right for me. I did. Why is the sky blue? Or that's a question one. And let's try this real quick. It takes this utility seems to take a little bit longer. Why is the sky blue? Introduction. The Earth's atmosphere is made up of yada yada. Colors in the sky. Conclusion. You see, that is a much better outline than some of the whatever the other ones we were looking at. Let's look at intros. Right, intros. Takes a little bit longer, it seems. It gives you 3. Some would say that blue is the natural reflection of the sky. Others would say that it's because of the way it's Many people make the mistake of thinking that the sky is blue because of the sun shining through water. The sky is blue because of the atmospheric scattering of sunlight. So those are all pretty great. And I guess it's similar to what it normally does with paragraph construction. So even though it says intros, really it's like, chunks of content. So you could do the same thing and roll into here and just keep, oh, cool, different languages. That's neat. You could just keep rolling multiple questions and then just kit your article together. So that's something. Oh, and look, different results from different utilities. And what really impressed me, and there's a whole lot more features in this interface than in the other ones. What impressed me was the Quora answers, because I thought, well, if it's designed to answer a question, it's going to be a lot better at doing that for blog post content too. So when I put why is the sky blue, this is what it returned. The answer to this question is actually quite complicated, and the answer depends on what you mean by blue. If you are asking why the sky appears blue in the daytime, then it is because of Rayleigh scattering, etc., etc. You get the idea. So that's pretty cool. Just from that angle alone, that to me seemed like something that could make this worthwhile. I haven't tested this on obscure questions, so let me think of an obscure question. Why are cavities black? And I don't know if that's obscure enough. That's kind of mainstream. Something more obscure, let me think. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. Cavities are black because they are an area of decay in the tooth, which is caused by bacteria. As the bacteria eats away at the tooth, it creates a dark space that eventually becomes a cavity. That's pretty great. And it doesn't tell you how many characters that is. What happens if I click here? Copied. Oh, sweet. Really simple. Great answer. I'm trying to think. What's an obscure? Let's do a great box question. Who has the best straight box tutorials? Oh, that's a very subjective opinionated question. Let's see. Well, I wouldn't say subjective, but too many variables. There are many tutorials available online for Scriptbox. Some of the more popular ones include scriptbox.com, some Scriptbox tutorials by some person. That's actually pretty good. Wonder where they got that. Huh. Why is the sea blue? Hey, that's similar to my question. So hey, that's this utility has impressed me so far. It's done a better job at actually providing viable content by comparison. We haven't seen repetition so far with this utility, and they immediately supplied variations. I wonder if there's any throttle. Let me make sure that this is unlimited. I know that it's supposed to be unlimited copy forever, end soon, so that's a limited deal. A bunch of different things. Now, I really want to see what is going on with this upsell. It is bothering me. So I think I might skip ahead real quick while I buy this upsell, and then we can test it. Let's see. Is there anything else I wanted to test? Yeah, they block you from the upsell. Search the writing tool. So maybe that's just like custom formulas like some of the other stuff. I mean, let's see. What does the roadmap say? I want to make sure there's nothing in the roadmap that I'm assuming is there. SEO keywords generator, under consideration, work in progress, next release, just completed. Explain it like a professor. That's curious. I'll have to test that. Explain it to a child. Nice. Motivation quote. Blog article conclusion. Multi-language. Generate more button. I didn't see that. Website about us. Okay. Core answers. Listicles. I'll have to try the listicles one. That's pretty good. Video content idea generator. Okay. You get the idea. Most of that stuff we already saw. What's here? Funnel tools. Sales copy. Oh, geez. That would be something. Landing page tools. Social media tools. Switch interface between light and dark. Plagiarism. Better organization for documents, ability to add sub accounts or team members. Yeah, that would be awesome. More tone of voice options across various tools. Blog intros force AI to use keywords. Nice. Yeah, that's a great feature of the Rytr.me tool. That was definitely something. But the problem is just not enough content. I mean, if you're having to, well, yeah, I mean, I guess if you're having to click on each chunk anyways, it's not like you can't just paste a keyword or something or whip it out. You have to manually handle it anyways. Now, if you could do that at scale, that would be amazing. Paragraph summarizer, SEO keywords generator, conversation generation between two people. Oh, that's a great idea. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. So that's something. But that stuff like this never happens. So, anyways, just curious. Let me skip ahead and purchase this. Okay. So I just purchased it. I'm gonna click on the editor, and now I've got this viewable. I probably should watch that video, but let's just dive into it. So a bunch of languages. What's this? Help. How I wrote a 1,000-word article using the new long-form editor. Pretty sure it's going to be similar to Jarvis. Outline, generate an outline from the title. Blog intro, write an intro from title or highlighted section. Write more after cursor or highlighted text. 50 characters, maximum 600 character look back. Okay. That's interesting. 600 character look back. That's cool. So there's a bunch of templates over here. So I'm curious, what happens if I click on one of these? Let's try intros. Oh, I see. So you pump it in there, right? For me, why is the sky blue? Or let's try the question. Actually, I need to put my camera here. Let's try the Quora question thing. Why is the sky blue? it kind of gave the same answer. It's a good answer, but I wonder how variated it is. Let's move this over. Okay. Okay, so now that this is here, do I right click or do I highlight? Okay, what's this do? Format. A lot of good formatting options here. Okay, so let's go back. What's this? Same stuff. Okay. And write more. Okay, so I'm going to click here and then I'm going to go here. Taking a while. Ooh. Light scattering is a consequence of the interaction of light with particles. The scattering occurs when the light is traveling through an atmosphere or gas. The particles that cause scattering are called scatterers. I wonder if that's true. Sounds legitimate though. Let's write even more. It takes a little while. It's too bad you can't just say write a 600 word article, because it's just kind of a waste of time. I guess they don't want people pumping out huge amount of content and having to go back anyways. Particles that cause scattering are called scatterers. Rayleigh scattering is a result of the interaction of light with molecules and atoms in the atmosphere. Particles. Yeah, that's kind of a repetition. It's not quite. It's similar. The sun. In the morning and again in the evening, the sun gives out photons of light. How many we got? 113 words. Let's keep going. I want to see how this does. This is why the sky is blue in the morning and red in the evening. Rayleigh scattering is why the sky is blue. Rayleigh scattering is a consequence of the interaction of... Okay, now you're just repeating yourself. How do I blacklist this term? Let's see. Blog outline, intro, write more. Advanced options. Oh, no, I don't want that. So basically, the editor I paid $40 for gave me this feature here, write more, so I can, and that's kind of default in some of the other tools, but the price comes out to like $130, which is kind of similar to Thundercontent and some of the other offers, so that's really not bad. I would pay even more if it did something better. Tone changer, write more, yeah. Editor toolbar. Yeah. So it gave us the write more feature, and then I think, what's this rocket tool? Okay. I want to see what this does. I'm going to delete this stuff. Write for me. Wait, what's this? No. Did I not use it right? Let me skip ahead and figure out how this works. Just 1 second. Okay, so I just watched the video, and it's basically a combination of this utility and the pencil. And what they're doing is they're saying, why is the sky blue in the title? And when you highlight a term in the body, you can then click this rocket icon, and it sort of combines this title. It looks at the title and then whatever you highlighted, and it writes content based off of those two combined. I don't know why they didn't put tooltips to explain that. Excuse me. A lot of the times they use the listicle feature to generate sort of topical keywords. There's also mention of the Quora question thing, and then there's an FAQ section. So in this area we can generate NLP questions. So that's really cool. Why is the sky blue? right for me. So that one didn't work. So we would do some. Well, actually, you know what we would do? Like, what types? What are the different types of clouds? So I guess I can't drag it, I guess, but difference between a cloud and a fog. What's the difference between a cloud and a raindrop? Okay. I'll just put this here. But I'm not, yeah, it's too bad I can't multi-select and then push them over. It shouldn't be answering them. That's kind of a crummy feature. Let me copy this and this. What is the difference between a cloud and a raindrop? What is the difference between a cloud and fog? What are the different types of clouds? So if I was to select this and make this the H2, so this is a nice feature, the editor inside of the container. Let's look at this utility over here. I'm just curious to see. Yeah, there's no editor here. Oh, wait a second. Paragraph, edit block. Oh, okay, so there's a little bit. Okay, so they do have a little bit of heading features, bullets, numbers, insert image. Oh, okay. Wait, go back. What's the lightning? Generate a completion with the AI assistant. What does that do? Yeah, see, there's some glitches here. So I may not keep this tool. The multi-user feature is attractive, but I don't know. I'll have to think about that one. Anyways, let's go back over here. So this one has a lot more uh, editing options. So basically, if we select this chunk and then select this rocket, then it should write something right below that region, yeah, for that chunk. It's kind of slow. We'll see if it's as much content as I was seeing in the video. That's a pretty good amount of content. Let's see. What are the different types of clouds? Why is the sky blue? The answer lies in the molecular structure of our atmosphere. Clouds are composed of tiny droplets or ice crystals that form in the atmosphere. Clouds can be classified into three main groups. Low-level clouds include fog and stratus. Okay. So that actually did a pretty good job, except that I actually didn't like the fact that it combined with the title. That really didn't help. So that would probably be better to use a different just compose an independent blog. They call it blog intro. It's not the right phrase. They need to call it blog paragraph because it doesn't make sense that it's called blog intro. So let's try, what are the different types of clouds? And just kind of see that. So if it develops pretty sizable chunks, then you might as well just copy them over, kind of what we were talking about before. So you basically create the outline. It's really kind of turning out to be all sort of similar. There's a big chunk, 186 words. Let me try copying this and dropping it down. I'm curious how big that is. 263. So that's like 70 something words. That's kind of similar to the other tools. So I mean, I like this tool. It's a better deal than Rytr. It seems like Rytr. Well, I don't really like the Rytr UI, but I do like the fact that there's section keywords. Let me see, blog section writing, question and answer. Magic command. Huh. Job description, business ideas. Anywho, you have to check out some of these other modules, but let's try this one here, and then we can kind of conclude. Let's see what it does if I have it make a chunk. Obviously, you'd be doing a topic that you'd have a title that would probably be more broad, so that it wouldn't be constantly throwing back to the title. Clouds can be dense, giving the sky a hazy look, or they can be so thin that the sun shines through. Fog is not as dense as clouds and gives off a milky white color. Fog is made up of water droplets, while clouds are made up of ice crystals. The color of the sky varies depending on which type of cloud it is. I guess that sounds okay. It's okay enough. Better than spun content, better than someone spending a bunch of time. So that's not a very big chunk though. In the video I watched under the help section, I mean they were generating paragraphs like this. So I guess you could do that and then go write more. Let's see what it does. It seems like you kind of have to combine certain utilities and do it just like it's a little bit of manual work. That added 40 words. It's not too bad. Let's try. So that'd be like an H3, or I guess be H2. B. H3. This was not bad. I think this independent section over here did a little bit better than just double clicking into the region and doing the quick utility. It's nice to be able to have the editor right there though. I mean, technically you don't need it because you could just have your own editor in another tab, but it's convenient, you know. So what else is there? There's a bunch of other utilities. I'm not going to test really any more of them, but there's more here than in other places. It would be amazing if they added a thing for users as a feature, but it seems like you kind of have to get practiced at using the. It looks like the upsell includes this rocket tool. Let me see. Let me try just highlighting something and then clicking this. May not work. Oh, there it goes. Huh. Maybe that part of it doesn't work properly, but I think it's this right here. I think it's just that 100 characters each. They put a limit on it. Maybe he doesn't have a limit on his in the video. Generate an outline from the title. Let's see what this does. But yeah, it seems like you got to become familiar with all the features. And oh, the outline's pretty good. Why is the sky blue in the daytime? The answer to why is the sky blue. Yeah, that's not bad. The outline is not bad there. You could use the listicle section. You could use the FAQ utility. This one was pretty neat. Check this out. So let's see. Let's try sky blue. Actually, what was their example? Helps people write content faster using AI. Let's try this. Why is the sky blue? What color is the sky? Why is the sky blue in some places and green in others? Those are good. Those are good, NLP types of questions. So it'd be interesting to see how well that can do. Like, because basically the goal would be to stick this into some sort of macro to get your automate the creation of entire articles at scale, or hand this to a VA, but really like macro it, get it saved, then maybe a VA can go in there and edit them to clean them up and drop them into some place and add images and or video or whatever you want to do. But anyways, so let's try something like what is the best copper pipe fitting? That's pretty specific. Best copper pipe fitting will depend on the. No, it's not. Yeah, it doesn't look right. What are the different types of fittings? Maybe I'm not thinking of this properly. Let's just, instead of doing it as a question, let's just try copper pipe fitting, and then maybe it'll format, or copper pipe yeah, fittings. Maybe it'll format the questions. Maybe I'm just not doing it right. Here we go. What is a copper pipe? What is the difference between copper and other metals? What are copper pipe fittings? What is the difference between copper pipe fittings and copper tube fittings? Nice. What is a tri-clamp fitting? There you go. Yeah, so stuff like this, all these errors though. I wonder, can it detect a question mark on page? Let's see. Yeah, it can. Nice. Okay. Okay, so that seems like the one I might keep. I'm not sure about Thundercontent because, well, I don't know. Paragraph generation is pretty good. Let's see. That was a pretty good one. Why is the sky blue? Let me see. What were the other ones? Like, what are the different types of clouds? See, if just this feature works, it's worth getting this into the hands of a client and having them pay you for it. There are many types of clouds that can be seen in the sky. The type of cloud will be determined by the air temperature, air pressure, and the amount of moisture in the air. Clouds can be classified as high, mid-level, or low. Okay, let's insert that. So it jumped up by about 40 words or something. So you'd have to. This is more work, but I still think that there's a use case here for making money just with this utility. Obviously I think this one is better. I'm assuming it has multiple login features, but anywho, I don't mean to keep you guys too long, but I like, obviously this one has a little bit better options in terms of formatting, a lot more unique features, um, in terms of the FAQs and in terms of the listicle feature. Generates items for a listicle. How to write better. Uh, how to tell different clouds apart. we got our head in the clouds here. Eyes in the sky. What is a cloud? What are cumulus clouds? What are cirrus cloud, stratus, lenticular, Peleus? And those are great for the content. So I like those features. Great features. So that's pretty much it, guys. Just a few, just testing a few different tools. You can kind of see like they're all based on the same underlying technology, right? But then they clearly have different accentuating features and little micro modules and better editing interfaces. And this one puts out like 25 more words than on average than Thundercontent, and so that's pretty cool. I would still like to see something better, but I mean, there's so many to test. I've no desire. So we'll have to see what I'm able to do over time. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you later. Bye bye.